of East Anglia.
In the stifling heat, firefighters have faced a hectic afternoon as crops, stubble and grassland ignite, often with the risk of flames spreading to nearby buildings. Anglia News has spent the day on fire watch with those emergency teams.
We've logged serious fires at Malden in Essex, Felixstowe, Stradbroke, Shadingfield and nearby Spexhall in Suffolk, and one of the biggest at Framingham Earl in Norfolk. Well, our reporter Malcolm Robertson is there live for us now. Malcolm.
Stephen, yes, this is Framingham Earl, just outside Norwich, and you can see the crew, the last of the crews from Norwich Fire Station attending the fire is just about out now. But to be honest, you could have sent us to any location in our region today, be it Essex, Norfolk or Suffolk, and found a similar scene to this. They've been all over the place, and over the last 48 there have been dozens of calls to deal with fires related to the weather. It seems that burning temperatures have led to burning fields.
It's been a frantic few days for our firefighters, responding to dozens of incidents resulting from the extreme heat and tinder-dry conditions. In Essex, Norfolk and Suffolk, they've been dealing with a whole series of grass and heath fires. This blaze near Malden, just one of them. In Norfolk today, firefighters have been busy in the Thornage area near Wells. In Suffolk, there have been fires at Shadingfield and nearby Spexhall. And this is just a snapshot of what it's been like right across the region today. Yesterday, more than 100 firefighters were involved in tackling a blaze on farmland near the North Norfolk village of Edgefield. The flames were fanned by a breeze threatening numerous fields and farm buildings. Nearby roads had to be closed off, and the plume of smoke was visible up to 20 miles away. There's no immediate prospect of any respite. Today the temperatures have been in the high 80s. Wednesday could be in the high 90s. For the first time in years, Thetford Golf Club has imposed a ban on smoking on the course. Some golfers say they've never seen the course so dry.
Obviously we're always mindful that we are surrounded by large areas of forest, and obviously fire is a problem should it ever start. So, and with not only the grass but all the undergrowth and the trees being in a very dry state, obviously fire is a potential problem.
The course is surrounded by Thetford Forest, 50 acres of woodland and heathland that's particularly susceptible to the threat of fire. In the past few days, the Forestry Commission has classified the area as at risk of extreme fire danger.
I think what we want to make clear is that the forest is very much open. We want the public to come in and continue to enjoy the forest. We just ask them to be sensible. If you're smoking cigarettes, then please put the butts out properly and dispose of them appropriately. Please, no open fires and no barbecues.
Despite the soaring temperatures and precious little rain in recent weeks, the only hosepipe ban in operation at the moment affects those in the Harlow, Stansted and Saffron Walden areas of Essex. And according to Anglian Water, the rest of us are likely to escape, provided we're sensible.
Our reservoirs are looking very healthy for this time of year. They're all at least 80% plus full. And while underground resources are perhaps looking a little low, because let's not forget we have had 2 dry winters, there's nothing there that's causing us any great amount of concern. But the message really is one that we're not anticipating a hosepipe ban in the Anglian Water region, yet we have to be careful, and every drop we save now is a drop saved for next year.
But with even hotter temperatures expected later in the week and a significant risk of further fires, the immediate prospect of saving water appears unlikely.
So Malcolm, an extremely busy day for fire crews today. How are they coping?
Well, considering the pressure they've been under, Claire, they've been coping remarkably well. Now, particularly here at Framingham Earl, you can see how close the fire was actually to reaching the wood, but it scorched this field very badly. But this could have been an awful lot worse. We had more than 20 firefighters, and you can see the damage that's been caused to a nearby house. Now, fortunately, it was just the outbuildings that suffered, but it doesn't take a lot to realise that the whole house could have gone but for the swift intervention of the fire crews. So this could have been very serious indeed. But as I say, all across the region there have been problems today. And my colleague Graham Lewis has been with a crew waiting for that important call.
Mid-morning, and firefighters Stuart Harbour and Mark Miller in rather a different role. They're in charge of stores at Norfolk Fire Service headquarters in Hethersett. They, like the majority of Norfolk's firefighters, are retained crew with full-time other jobs. At lunchtime today, they were filling up the delivery van, which will take supplies to every fire station in the county. However, they also wear pages, ready to be called into action at a moment's notice. At 2:44 this afternoon, the call comes, and there's not a minute to be lost. Stuart and Mark know that the dry conditions at the moment mean they were certain to be called into action today. This afternoon, Mark's riding on the Hethersett water bowser, keeping other fire engines supplied. And this is today's shout. A fire in a field at Framingham Earl near Norwich has spread to sheds and is threatening nearby homes. To make matters worse, there's also gas cylinders inside.
On the arrival of the crews, we found a significant amount of straw on fire in an adjacent field, and fire developing quite rapidly in the outbuildings of the property that you see behind me.
Two of the crews here today are made up of retained firefighters. They successfully saved the homes from the flames.
When we do go out, it's always at awkward times, you know, meal times or times when we're just about to go out somewhere. We never know, so it's a big commitment, really.
Crews can literally be out all day. It's very demanding physically and very challenging in their other activities of employment.
For firefighters like Mark Miller, it's all in a day's work. He was just one of dozens of retained firefighters called into action today. They're all adding to the calls for people to take extra care in the hot weather. Graham Lewis, Anglia News, with Norfolk Fire Service.
So a very busy day for firefighters today, and it promises to get even busier late in the week. Now, we've had temperatures today in the mid to high 80s. There's a possibility on Wednesday that we could have record temperatures, and of course that means the possibility of more days like this for our fire crews.
OK, Malcolm, thank you very much indeed.
Explosion.